Wrestling Podcast. And his name is John Cena.
Never move the cheese for $10.
Oh my god, yeah, the cheese drawer is in a different place in the fridge. I fucking panicked today.
I was like, no, it's okay, because I just had the same panic.
Right, I was like, what is all this butter here? I don't understand. All right, it is Friday, July 29th, 2016, and you're listening to On the Heels Wrestling Podcast. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kyle.
No,
I'm sorry. I'm just used to that order.
You're Ray.
I'm Ray.
And I'm Kyle.
And you're Kyle. We're three co-workers who enjoy pro wrestling, and this podcast gives us the space to shoot on all the aspects of our favorite pastime without the confused looks we often get from the rest of our friends and the rest of the office.
This podcast is about giving you, the cherished listener, the number one draft pick in our hearts. Consistent, bite-sized commentary on the world of wrestling.
That was smooth.
Dude, I'm married. I got the moves. Focused primarily on WWE's ever-expanding roster and NXT, though we touch on Indies international scene and all kinds of other fun stuff.
Every week, we'll either recap the previous week's WWE shows, specials, pay-per-views, takeovers, etc., or we'll hold a roundtable discussion on a particular topic. So, on last week's episode, we said that this week we're going to watch The Final Deletion.
Brother Nero!
Brother Nero!
I knew you'd come.
Dilapidated boat.
Is that a phone?
Yeah, and that was basically the summary, because the source material is not very much all that good.
It was bad.
It created a really bad podcast, and that's not fair to our listeners.
No,
Yeah,
I will say 10
it.
minutes of it is pretty damn funny, and then that's it.
Yeah.
They're
And then it's
20
bad.
minutes are
Yeah.
bad of us just reacting
Like I said,
what are they doing?
We would never do that to our number one draft pick.
So yeah, now that you've heard us talk about the Final Deletion for 1 minute, you don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
If you have
Don't.
Or you
it's
could
fine.
watch it, but it's just a thing to watch. It's
Watch
not
the
a
first
thing.
5 minutes.
It's not a thing to be told
First
about.
9 minutes.
Turn it off when the wrestling starts.
Yes,
Yeah,
the wrestling's
yeah.
bad.
After
That's
the
perfect
drones.
then. That's
But
perfect.
from bad wrestling to good wrestling, 'cause
Yeah.
there's a lot to talk about.
Holy shit, it was crazy.
No, let's count it. We have 8, arguably 9 hours of wrestling to talk about.
Oh shit. Okay.
We're going to make this fucking quick.
we got
Yes.
30 minutes. We can do
Boom,
this,
boom,
guys.
boom.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Compact.
Kind of good that we had a shitty podcast recording then, because there's actually a lot to talk about this week.
Yes.
Sweet. Awesome. So Battleground.
Man.
Shit.
WWE Battleground.
Okay, so show opens with the women,
Yeah.
which I love because that is the second most important spot on the card.
Hyped it. There was so much hype.
So good.
So good.
much hype, and everyone in the audience is sitting on the edge of their seat just waiting for Bayley.
Yep.
And then they did it.
And
Yeah.
they get Bayley.
And they got it.
It's awesome.
And on top of that, you get Bayley in a setting where she's comfortable wrestling, because you have Sasha, you have Charlotte. Like, these women have all wrestled each other multiple times before. It's
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, it's it was really funny too. We were watching it together, and that moment where you see Sasha's face and she's like,
Oh my God,
can't
yeah.
contain her joy, and we're like, we're just laughing in glee with her before we even talk about it. Like, we all knew why we were laughing because it was
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah, it was super very obvious. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
breaking
And you can
complete
hear
character.
on the broadcast that we want Bayley in that, and she starts smirking.
Yeah, she can't hold
And,
it in.
you know,
It's the same
move
smirk
up,
she had right
gets-
before the Iron Woman match.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when they announced that, and she's
Yeah.
in the ring, and everyone's
Yeah.
cheering, and
Yeah.
Regal's there because they've already announced it on Twitter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like Sasha hits this point where she is so excited that she just breaks fucking kayfabe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And-
yeah.
and it's-
I mean, at
and
least
it's
now she's a
adorable.
face, so it
It
flows
makes
easier.
sense.
It
Yes.
works. Like with the Iron Woman thing, it was difficult because she was so total heel that it's like,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to be happy about this historic moment.
and,
Stop it.
And she was so over at that point that
Yes.
literally she had to steal what's her name's her little bow
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Izzy.
Izzy's.
Yeah.
Oh man, she had So, but looking into the match itself, the match is.
The final thing before the match started.
Oh, what?
Bayley had 6 tube men instead of 4.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no
shit.
shit.
yeah,
Upgrade.
main
Yep.
roster
Shit, yeah,
upgrade.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
So-
what promotions are all about, man.
Yeah. So the match itself was not only just really good for showing off Bayley,
Yep.
but I think even more so of keeping the focus on Sasha and Charlotte.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I mean, this is a situation where Bayley can come in and completely outshine and overshadow the awesomeness of right now with Sasha,
Yes.
and they handled it perfect.
They did. And it was funny. So the match ends. Match is great. Match is
Yeah.
awesome. Match ends. I turn to Brittany. I say, well, I mean, guaranteed Sasha Charlotte SummerSlam, right? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's what we thought.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, there's-
foreshadowing.
Which still could happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
we
still
could have a
probably
rematch,
will,
right?
but, like,
We're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Get a little ahead of ourselves, but like them getting the rematch the next day was pretty rad.
Yeah.
But kind of falling off of Ray's point about Bayley not really being the focus, but being more in a support role.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting considering she's not on any of the main shows yet.
Right.
Yeah.
It
They just
sounds
know
like
she's that loved.
she's that loved, and that made the most sense, and it was the biggest surprise. It was the biggest expected surprise
Yeah.
that everybody could have. And I feel like we'll see more of her either at SummerSlam or right after. Maybe the Monday Raw after SummerSlam, because
Yeah.
it feels like that's a thing they're starting to do now.
And in case we had any doubts, we were reminded constantly that she has her sights set on regaining the title from Asuka.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
about 5 times in that match.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So, hey.
Cool. And then another really quick shout out, man, Rusev and Zack Ryder. That was a great match for Ryder. This new Ryder, I like. Don't get me wrong,
The dude has worked so
really hard,
Yeah.
really
So
hard.
hard.
We found ourselves wondering if he was going to win and excited for it. That's how good the match was.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I was happy either way with it because again, they're building up Rusev. Rusev like is very consistent. He's not like, oh my god, spectacular, but just really solid matches with whoever he's working with.
Mm-hmm.
And building him up as this heel monster, which is great.
I like the wardrobe changes like over the last month or so with both him and Lana.
Yeah.
So he's got the camo U.S. champ
trunks.
and then Lana, I guess, is a princess now.
She's like a white bride, virgin princess person. I don't know. It's funny.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
So
Like
that was
tiara.
really good.
Yeah,
just like-
the tiara
there's
was a
something-
kicker.
There's something to be said about wearing a tiara and saying like to everyone else, like this guy is so much better than you. It's
Yeah.
like, who the fuck do you think you are?
It's
Love it.
pretty
This is
great.
amazing. Also, Ryder's ring gear.
Yeah.
It was like all fucking America themed.
Yeah.
It was
pretty
amazing. I
awesome.
was like, oh, this guy's totally winning it. It's like, oh, nope,
Nope.
he's not.
Nope.
Nah,
So
never mind.
let's talk about the actual best match
Holy shit.
of the card.
Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
Did we have any doubt that this would be the best match of the night?
They've wrestled together for
Forever.
Forever.
Yeah, it seems like.
So without having any doubt, though, it still was that awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, I was like, oh, of course it could be. Like, it was super awesome. Dude, that apron move, we all went, oh!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, where it looks like... Okay, so he either got hurt
Yeah.
and survived because he's Sami Zayn and he's ridiculous,
Yeah.
or he on purpose botched it, which is fucking dangerous.
And terrifying.
And
like,
terrifying. But that's
But then
the
he
brilliance of it.
one-ups it and does another one later to Owens, and it just works fine.
Oh my god, like
Yeah.
the whole thing was just... I was worried the entire time, like, at what point is Sami Zayn going to fall apart?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is just incredible storytelling. Like, all of the little tiny details.
Yeah.
And at the end, when he does the haluva kick into the corner, and then comes up and you just see this kind of, like, compassion in his face
Yeah.
briefly.
Yeah.
Before he just says,
I gotta do another.
I just gotta do this. He runs back, does another kick,
It was-
and then wins it.
Yeah.
So, and this is the thing that I like probably most about this match, independent of the excellent wrestling, is that because they've properly booked Sami Zayn as an underdog,
Yeah.
this felt even better.
Oh, yeah.
As a win.
And also, Kevin Owens is so hot, they realize he can lose.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
He can
sometimes
totally
they have
lose.
fear of like having their top guys lose. Like he can absorb that loss and he can channel that into better, awesome, more heel antics. He can
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
it was cheap, it was whatever, and he'd be fine.
I think one thing that absolutely needs to get called out is when Sami Zayn did the brainbuster to the side apron.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
I know we brought it up, but like, I don't think there are too many pairs of wrestlers that have that kind of trust with each other. Like
Yeah.
maybe in the indie scene,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
These guys
to a
are
point.
the indie scene.
But we normally don't see that on WWE.
Yeah, because I
No,
mean,
yeah.
like you're at that top level, and there's that possibility of getting hurt that you don't want to take those chances.
They probably write things into their contracts like, hey, we've watched a lot of your tape on YouTube. You're not allowed to ever do this thing that you do. Which, oh my god, yeah, these guys...
So I think it's just like incredible how much trust they had with each other
Yeah.
to pull off that
It's
kind
awesome.
of move.
It's awesome.
So at what point does Kevin Owens get a chance at the title?
yeah, we
I
were talking about this.
I would
speculating.
say before the end of the year.
Yeah, I think after
After SummerSlam.
Yep.
Like, that's too soon.
he can.
Night of Champions, maybe?
I think
Yeah.
I think what's going to end up happening is whatever happens with the Brock Lesnar Randy Orton thing. I think he's going to end up KO is probably going to fight RKO, and then it'll probably be for a number one contendership.
Yeah, see the thing though now is like with the Universal title, like there is a title on both shows, so it makes it easier for him to get a shot at.
Oh, yeah,
AEW
absolutely.
sooner.
That is
So,
why you do this draft.
Yeah.
That
So
you
I
have
think-
wrestlers that wouldn't normally get screen time or wouldn't get the push they deserve.
Yeah.
And of all people, Kevin Owens deserves the fucking push.
The thing is, I think that you don't do Rollins Owens. So
You can't.
yeah, you can't. It needs
so
to,
like there has to be some kind of
So I'm going
Switcheroo
to
up
predict
there.
this now. We're jumping far ahead
That's
into
fine.
like everything else we're talking about. Eventually, we're going to end up having Finn Balor and Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, right?
correct.
yeah.
Finn Balor's going to win it.
Ooh.
Balor
You're going to have a
Owens.
rematch of Finn Balor versus Owens.
That would totally be fine by me.
I don't think so. I would love that. That's like, again, I love that idea. I love it so much.
Yeah.
In my perfect world, that happens, and I'm happy, and life
So
is
what
good.
self-loathing world are you living in? What do you see?
The real one.
The real one. Yeah, but it's the new era.
But guys, wrestling is awesome.
It's
Yeah,
the new
it
era.
is. It is. And,
I'm
and
on Team Brittany here.
I would
as
love to be
always.
on Team Brittany on this, but I can't. It's not.
I'll go in
Everyone.
mind and her.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so that match was incredible, right? Darren Young versus The Miz. Like,
So good solid match. It
good
was
solid match, and this one was really interesting because this one I think was going to dictate how the ending went.
Yeah.
Because at this point the belts
Yeah.
have been determined, like which roster they've been on.
We were kind of like smart wrestling fan style, ruining it for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we're like doing the belt tally, and this is before the announcement of the Universal thing. So it's like, all right, we got to have a belt in each show, or it's like over-indexing big time, right? So it was like, all right, well, if the IC title is gonna stay on this
Yeah.
show,
Because Darren Young's on Raw.
Right.
yeah.
So if he were to win it, the IC belt suddenly goes to Raw, and then we have a problem. So what happens in the main event when you've got Ambrose versus two guys on Raw?
Yeah.
It's like, now all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, Ambrose is definitely going to win.
Yeah. The other thing to consider was like they just did this huge build up and push for Darren Young.
Yeah.
So like I had that in mind, but I'm also like,
I thought
how-
Darren Young was going to win this because of that push.
yeah,
And he hasn't been on TV wrestling for very long
Yeah.
in this character with Bob Backlund, but they've been doing promos for a long time.
Yeah.
So I was wondering like, are they just gonna kill the push? Is he gonna get buried into mid card or lower? And I think they handled it extremely well because they pulled an old Bob Backlund thing, which is basically Bob Backlund at a certain point in his career turned heel, and he would just snap.
Yeah.
He would just basically keep the chicken wing on a wrestler
Yeah.
way after
Yep.
the bell rings.
Yep.
And so
It was great. It
and
was a
then
nice
look at his
callback.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think.
The hands thing was
Yeah.
great. I was losing it.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I think Darren Young sold it, and I liked it.
I really want to see this continue.
And
Yeah.
SummerSlam is a cross-brand pay-per-view, so they can totally have a rematch.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it
and,
would totally
like,
work.
Or RKO versus Orton is a cross-brand match, so.
Yep.
It would work. Enzo, Cass, and Cena versus the Club.
Yep.
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I mean, I feel like it was
I remember
probably a
it
good
being
match.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll paint the picture for you.
Okay.
They do this promo, and it's an amazing promo. Enzo is like on a fucking other level.
Oh yeah, the promo was really good.
Dude,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, I think you guys forgot what the match was because you may have blacked out because Enzo just blew your mind. On
Yeah.
how good that
I mean,
promo
I'm just
was.
being a cup of hater here.
Yeah, and so they do that promo. They have that match. It's a good solid match. I don't remember who won. I want to say it was Cena and Enzo and
So I think that's.
Yeah, I think he AA'd AJ Styles to win.
yeah.
Because I remember the AA like being like oversold.
Oh yeah,
like,
it was
his
like
feet landed like
really
he did, yeah.
really weird.
Yeah.
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 I think that is our just complete lack of like remembering what happened is a testament to how good this pay-per-view actually was.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
too
That
many
I
other
couldn't
things.
remember the Cena match, and Cena's been having excellent
yeah.
matches. So and you've got Enzo, you've got Cass, you've got the Club, you've got everything in this match that should make it awesome. And there was so much other good shit happening in this pay-per-view that I'm just like, wait, what happened there?
So we
Yeah.
don't have
I don't
it
even
highlighted,
remember.
but I want to talk about how shitty the fucking highlight reel was.
Oh my
Because
God.
face Randy Orton is not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of face Randy.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It was so weird. It's like RKO his ass and get it over with.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't. Randy Orton lacks charisma.
He
He's
does.
always lacked charisma. It's always been a problem.
Yeah.
And it's whether it's...
Yeah, there's nothing new or surprising. It was just like, oh, okay, yep, yeah, he's back.
Yeah, so...
And there was a big question. Like, I didn't know if he was going to be face or heel coming out.
Yeah.
And then he starts doing the promo with Jericho, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he's
And,
nice.
it makes sense because you've got Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so.
Yep. So, Shield triple threat.
Finally, yeah. The
Yeah.
vignettes were awesome. We're pumped.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
Great
Rollins
bulldog.
tries to do the fucking fist bump
Oh,
at
I
the
loved
start.
it. Oh, my God. Playing it
man.
up.
So great.
Yeah.
Love it.
They even did the Shield power bomb to
Yep.
fucking Reigns.
Yep,
Like,
which was great. Everyone loved it.
oh my
Yes.
God, yeah.
They're playing up the crowd.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this is the first time we've seen Reigns since his suspension.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's sporting a thick old beard.
Yep.
And,
Had
yeah.
his golden PPV SWAT armor, so he was ready.
God, man,
Yeah.
just switch your gear, switch your music. You're not in the Shield anymore.
Everyone
Let it
else
go.
got a new character.
Yeah,
Why
everybody
didn't
else
you?
moved on.
Yeah. Anyway, so Dean Ambrose retains.
Yep.
Which is awesome because then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, cool. So the belt is actually staying on SmackDown, which
Yeah.
was a legit worry of mine because they had not addressed the whole belt being on Raw thing,
Right.
and that's a good segue into going into Raw.
Hey, nice
Yes.
job.
Yeah,
I approve. That was a good
Took one out of the book
Yeah.
of Kyle.
Yeah.
So Raw has a new logo,
Yep.
a new intro,
Yes.
a new theme song, a new stage,
Yes.
new announcers,
Yeah.
like new announce table position,
All new
Yeah.
everything.
all new everything. Hashtag.
Crazy.
Like,
I liked it.
So Corey Graves,
Yes.
love him. It
Very
was
yes.
it
That
was
fucking guy.
fantastic to listen to Raw and not hear JBL
And you know what?
Yeah.
It felt like he had been there for years.
the whole time.
Like the chemistry between. Actually, he made. What was it? Brian. What is his name?
Byron,
Byron?
you know his name.
Whatever.
The guy you
he's
hate.
usually forgettable. But
jeez.
but he actually made
Ray,
him.
I'm going to punch you.
Byron is like a really good like goober like
He is the goober
Yeah.
announcer.
Oh.
Like Corey Graves is heel.
Yeah.
You have the funny goober announcer, which is just what like Lawler was doing forever.
yeah.
And then you have Michael Cole as your play-by-play.
Right.
It's perfect. Byron fills the role he
Look.
needs to fill.
Look, I'm not taking anything away from Barry, but like he just didn't really he doesn't really do it for me. So like moving on,
Fine.
but I will say Corey Graves, fucking amazing.
Spot on.
Love him.
Yeah.
Right about time.
Yeah.
Like this guy needed to be up there. He had deserved it, right?
All right. So the Universal Champion.
Like they didn't pick that name.
Okay. The name made total sense to me because it's the natural progression of things. You have the Miss America pageant,
Yes,
and then
I
you
know.
end up having to have the Miss Universe pageant. So
Yeah, you're coming at it from like the title that's on Raw is the better one, right?
Yeah, so
I
you're-
was coming
what
at it
is
like,
better
oh,
than-
this is the new made up shit that's the subtitle. But then when I thought about it,
like, what is better than the world?
Right.
The universe.
right? So now,
The Earth title.
yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I wonder what it'll look like.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah.
excited. I do like that it still includes like the WWE name.
Yeah.
So they're kind of keeping that quality there.
Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah.
like they're both there, but one is just, all encompassing.
I feel like the SmackDown one now has to change from the red underline to like a blue one.
Yeah, a little
And then
bit.
that would be kind of cool.
and and then the Raw title is like a red one.
Yeah.
I think we all know why this had to happen, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think somebody nodded to Vince. Is like, okay, we get that you defeated WCW. You have to let it go. Let go of the NWA title.
We're not bringing back the gold belt.
Yeah.
We're very
like, it's
sorry.
over.
It's
Plus,
fine.
it's so plain and not cool compared to all the other ones.
All right.
The belts are getting really, really awesome,
Yeah.
so they have to keep them good.
So let's cover. They had
Bunch
two.
of 4-ways.
Yeah.
That's right. A couple of 4-ways that lead into a traditional match to name the number one contender to fight against Seth Rollins, or a co-number one contender, arguably. But either way, whoever is the other finalist in the Universal Championship
Yeah.
match at SummerSlam.
So Seth Rollins gets a bye because he wasn't pinned. I like that they explained that.
Yes.
And we had Cesaro, Finn, Balor, Rusev, and Kevin Owens. First of all, just this match alone is like, this is pay-per-view worthy.
If you
Yeah,
read
match
me
was
these
fucking
4
awesome.
names, which
Yeah.
actually happened on Raw, they said these 4 names. I'm like, holy shit,
Yeah.
Raw is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I like the new era.
Yeah.
The new era.
The
like,
new
and the match was
era.
great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Match is fantastic.
Yep.
And then the next one, you've got Reigns, Zayn, Sheamus, and Jericho. And this one, I'm a little.
Sami Zayn had to kind of carry some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
Zayn and Jericho have to carry the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're including Sheamus because someone drew the short straw, and we can't completely kick SmackDown's ass.
Yeah.
And Reigns because it's written into I don't know,
It
like
could
it's
have
written
been
into
Big
his
Show.
contract.
It could have been Big Show.
It could have been Big Show. You're right. So the thing that I really like about the four-way with Reigns and Zayn is that they played it up where Sami Zayn kept trying to do the dive, and they kept preventing him. And I like it because it is such an expected event now for Zayn to do like his moveset. That they can now tie it into the story of the match that they're able to kind of hold him back.
Because he gets all hyped up. It's part of the deal.
Right, which ultimately helps build up that audience anticipation. So even though, you know, if Sami Zayn doesn't win, everyone's still really excited. Plus, on top of that, it puts Sami Zayn back in that sort of underdog position, even though he's coming off of a huge win at Battleground. It's like, well, you know, you can't do the thing that makes you awesome, so sit your ass back down, kind of a thing.
So I gotta ask you guys, like, when I'm watching this, like, I'm like, oh, awesome, 2 4-way matches, this is great. Who did you guys pick, like, to win both of these? Like, who did you guys think we're gonna face each other at the end of the night?
I thought it was gonna be Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, with Roman Reigns winning it.
That is exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Well, no, he doesn't always agree with you. Oh, he only agrees with you when you go first.
Yes.
All right, cool. I mean, you know, I can't talk shit because that sounds like what I thought.
I did not expect Finn Balor to have...
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what you're getting at here, is that you did not expect Finn Balor
to win the 4-way.
To win
the 4-way.
2 matches.
Yes.
Yeah.
In his opening night.
Yeah, let's just get right to that part, and then we'll go to the other parts of Raw. Because I'd rather actually end talking about Raw with the women's match, because that was awesome.
Holy shit,
so, we narrow down to Finn versus Roman Reigns, right? So now I'm like, oh shit, I mean, well, he's got a 50% shot, sorta, right? But I still was like, you know what? This is just how they fucking twist the knife to us. Roman motherfucking Reigns is gonna win this match. Finn Balor's not even 200 pounds, you know? Like, but the odds were ever in Finn's favor, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Man, when that coup de grace hit, you could hear that whole arena do the count.
Oh, God.
So good.
So I was telling
and it was that was a botched spear is the best part.
Oh yeah.
Right?
It was
that
fantastic.
fucking rocket drop kick that he does.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Balor Club.
On the screen.
Which I'm not surprised, because that was like, they were pushing that hard in NXT. And they're now taking their NXT angles in full and bringing them up to the main rosters. So I'm really curious to see where that's going to go, because clearly he's going to be face for a little bit. They're setting him up to face Seth Rollins. So at what point do Anderson and Gallows align with him?
I don't know. It could take a long time. I mean, they've been cooking both this Shield match and the Zayn Owens match for a long time. So they've actually shown really good patience with these slow bakes, so to speak. So I think they can. I think that could hatch like
Survivor
fucking Royal
Series?
Rumble.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Royal Rumble is what I think it's going to happen.
Survivor Series at the earliest, but I think Royal Rumble is more likely.
In the future. So like whenever he'll go through, he'll do it the good guy way. Maybe he'll come up short, and then that's maybe when they'll appeal to old allegiances, and it's just right there for the taking.
So before we move on from Finn Balor, what's the prediction? Are we seeing Demon Finn at SummerSlam?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nope.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Nope.
I think it's just a really cool intro for a pay-per-view that's going to be 4 hours, and it cuts a lot of time.
It's like having the Undertaker show up. That's why you add an extra hour to a pay-per-view. I think that Seth Rollins is going to win it.
Yes.
Because he has to.
Yes.
Like, he is the top guy in the company. He was the #1 draft pick. He has to be the first guy with the Universal belt.
Correct.
And you can't start Finn Balor as the Demon
and lose. Yep.
But it always felt like, regardless of win or lose, he does Demon at pay-per-views.
Not always.
Not always.
Okay.
There were a couple takeovers where he didn't.
All right.
And he still won, which was the thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey,
It's going to be really interesting. Anyway, let's make sure we talk about this women's match.
Yes. Oh, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I couldn't stop texting.
I was like, okay, this is cool, nice. They're going for the title. This is feels like regular Raw, whatever. And then the match.
But since it's a milestone Raw, the rules are changed.
Yeah,
cool shit is allowed to happen.
Yeah.
The match kind of started off like it was like a good solid match. I was like, okay,
it was a slow build.
Yeah, it's a really slow build, and then holy shit, like ramping up hard.
And Charlotte started pulling off some of that top rope shit that she was doing at Mania.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really like that that's her. This is an important match move set.
Yeah. When she does fucking moonsault off to the outside.
Like, oh my god.
And shout out to Eddie Guerrero.
Yes! Oh, that was fantastic.
And I love how they, for once, didn't, botch the camera work. They got the full, angle of Sasha smiling and waving goodbye to Dana Brooke after she just pulled that off.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
It was great. And I love that they just keep sprinkling little bits of the whole she loves Eddie Guerrero thing into it. It's fantastic. And then So Sasha wins it.
Yes.
I was not expecting a title change
Literally
whatsoever.
moments before, they had the camera capture Charlotte saying, "You will never beat me."
Yeah, I loved it.
Fucking
I loved
backstabber
it.
to bank statement. You're like, oh.
The fact that the backstabber came like so quickly after that, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I was like, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
and I just, there was 2 moments in which I unexpectedly yelled in my apartment, "Holy shit!" It was both Finn Balor winning and Sasha winning.
Yeah.
It was not expected, but holy shit, what a way to start the quote unquote new era for Raw.
I really liked it because it was nice to see how comfortable Sasha and Charlotte are together.
Oh yeah,
Because I think this is the first time that they've wrestled one-on-one since they both got promoted.
correct.
Yeah.
And they've both wrestled one-on-one in a major arena setting.
Yes.
So you've got Charlotte, who's been built up like crazy. Because I
Yeah.
felt like she was a little weaker than Charlotte when
Longest
they moved
reigning
up.
women's champion.
And then, well, I mean, when you're the only women's champion in that
if you
lineage.
count the other ones,
I
too.
don't.
Yep.
All right. She had a title that the top person had for the longest time.
True. Whatever.
So.
Just semantics. I don't care. Anyway, it was amazing. Like, I nearly cried. It was great.
Yep. So this amazing Raw happens. It's amazing,
It
beautiful.
feels different.
Feels great.
The camera's different. Like,
and
the
then
writing feels different.
we move on to SmackDown. The
So
following
Brittany
day.
and I were speculating that like SmackDown would just copy everything. Obviously, they get a new song, new intro because there's new superstars and whatever.
Which they did.
And then we were saying, and they got to keep the ring the same because it's the next day, and they're pretty like mechanical in how they go about it.
They have a template that they follow.
Yeah. So it was actually pretty surprising to see that the announcer table layout was the old traditional way for SmackDown.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a minor one, but it was just kind of funny, right?
It was very interesting, and they the setup they had for the Titantron was the same as Battleground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas there was this whole new arc thing at the Raw one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they had a completely separate stage for a standard cable show
Yeah.
as opposed to the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things that they're doing on Raw is like a big test
Yeah.
of like, okay, we're gonna try this. Let's see if it works with the cameras better.
Mm.
Let's see if it works with this, as opposed to looking at something historically.
Yeah.
Like let's look at same time, week to week,
Yeah.
like what looks better.
Other part that struck me, we were talking about before we started recording, was the entire roster seemingly standing around 3/4 of the ring. Really kind of showed you how much smaller it is compared to Raw, to me.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I mean, this gives a lot more opportunity to people who wouldn't get that shot.
Yeah.
But again, it's a lot of.
Also, speaking of people who are getting shots that normally wouldn't, Otunga.
Yeah.
I was a huge David Otunga fan back when he was, the lawyer with the bow tie
Yeah,
and the
he-
coffee mug and
good
just
on the
walking
mic.
around.
Great on the
on the mic. Awesome. So I was like, yes, David Otunga. He didn't have the bow tie. He didn't have the coffee mug, which isn't surprising because he's not the heel announcer. Like
Yeah.
he's the Byron on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But he's a little bit more excited, a little less goofy, but he compliments JBL well.
Great.
It's awesome. And then Ronaldo, I mean,
Ronaldo's the shit.
so that's the thing. Like, I don't watch SmackDown enough, so when I do, I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah, he could make
He says RKO without saying it out of nowhere.
he could make
KO out of some.
I would venture he could add some spice to Naomi Eva Marie match. He's that good.
Oh, that is
Damn, girl.
Like I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe
No,
that.
I do.
He's that good.
Okay, so let's talk about the Battle Royal that happens.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing a lot of these lately, but all right,
Yeah, and opening the show with it, which is like this felt very old.
Well, it's Battle Royal for the 6th spot in a 6-pack match. Let's give it the proper due. Like,
A
and it
6-pack
has
match.
significance, right?
Yes.
6-pack.
So yeah, and which was kind of funny to hear
How-
Daniel Bryan
to
say.
me, like
Yeah.
Battle Royals are they're really hard to write.
Yeah.
Like as far as like
Storytelling? Yeah.
within like a ring full of people.
Yeah.
So like to me, like looking at Raw, yes, they had more time, so they were able to do 2 4-ways and another match.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you do that same thing with a shorter amount of time? This is
Yeah.
like the only way to do it, but it kind of sucked.
It
like,
does kind of suck. I mean, the Royal Rumble is great because of the build-up of the entrance. A Battle
Yes.
Royal where everyone just starts there is a little less interesting.
You basically just wait around until the last 4 guys are there.
Yeah.
And then you start paying attention.
So,
But
yeah.
Apollo Crews wins it.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
'cause
we all love
I
him.
was not expecting that. Like, at one point I was expecting Ryder just because he kept getting his ass kicked and...
yeah.
or Kane.
Yeah.
Like, Oh, I was gonna be so pissed if it was Kane. That would have been like fucking final nail in the coffin if Kane had won that.
Yeah.
But then he goes over, and I'm like, oh, Apollo wins it. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're throwing this new guy who hasn't gotten a lot of mic time. He hasn't
Right.
gotten a lot of screen time, and this is why the draft happens.
Yep.
You pull this guy who was previously only getting a couple spots on Raw, probably getting cut out of the Hulu cut.
Yeah.
And then he's in a huge spot on SmackDown.
Yep.
Fantastic. I think he deserves it. It's great.
That's cool. Shelton Benjamin's coming back.
Yes!
Unexpected, but great.
I love people getting second chances in life.
Yes.
And I like surprises.
Yep.
And that's what both of these were.
Yep.
Becky Lynch and Natalia fighting over nothing
So-
is what our notes say right here.
So
Good job, Brittany.
and I feel very, very strongly about this. Like,
Yeah, it's
you
bolded.
it is.
Take it away, girl.
So you have the WWE Universal title because you can't have the flagship show not have a flagship title, right? You have the women's title on fucking Raw. Like, if you want full fucking equality, you give the women a title on SmackDown,
Yep.
and you didn't. So Natalya and Becky are literally fighting over nothing.
Yeah.
I would hate to be a woman on SmackDown right
Yep.
now. It is the equivalent of moving up from NXT onto Raw a year ago.
Yep.
That's what this fucking feels like.
So when we
and I
talked
hate
about
it.
the draft and the titles sort of being on both shows,
Yeah.
it was under the assumption that the other show would basically stage the number one contender,
Yes.
and then you could have an ebb and flow, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
If they don't explicitly do that, which probably they wouldn't now because that'd just be weird, like what are they gonna do? Fucking dust off the butterfly belt? I mean, gosh.
Like in my mind,
Oh.
they're not gonna do
Don't-
that.
don't
They've
say
retired
that.
the phrase diva. Like
Yeah.
Carmella had to change her entrance.
right.
Yeah.
Like if I was Becky Lynch, I would be so nervous if Bayley didn't come to SmackDown
Yeah.
Yeah.
because like
you're just
what the
done.
fuck, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
There is a significant amount of women wrestlers in SmackDown that might get totally boned by the way the writing is with the women.
Like, to be fair, Raw's a 3-hour show. They're supposedly going to have this cruiserweight division. There's a lot of superstars on there, but there's not a lot of women, and the women are always guaranteed a match.
Well, and that's
there's a
where-
lot of women on SmackDown, so maybe they get more screen time, but screen time is not all it is. Like, you don't have to be the champion, but being the champion signifies a lot.
Yeah.
And it
They've got a
signifies
lot they can do
progress,
here,
which we have
because-
fucking done.
The title, by itself is directly, it's the women's title,
Yes.
right? So even how you name a second women's title, like they got to be good here because if you want them to be equal, like what do you do? Do we stop calling it women's?
You change the name of it. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like,
So
we've done it
but
before.
they've got to come up with something there because otherwise,
There
these
is
people
no
just
reason to watch
waste
the women
away.
on SmackDown.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have immediately turned it into the bathroom break match.
Yeah.
Yep.
All of the progress you've done is just
There
gone.
are no stakes.
And I'll get off my little pedestal now.
Yeah.
But
No, you're spot on.
in the 9 hours of awesome wrestling,
This was the shit.
this was like the 10 minutes of complete shit. What
Yeah.
they did save it with, and it's not a total save because there's a lot of problems here they need to fix, but what happens after the match? So Becky Lynch wins.
Yeah.
And then you end up having the interrupting with entrance music that
Yeah.
I absolutely love. Like, that's the best use of entrance music, is when you just interrupt someone mid-sentence.
Yeah, it's
So-
the thing we wish you could do in real life in the office.
Like, I have
Right.
entrance music on my phone ready
Yes.
for that particular moment,
Yeah.
just in case the
So let's talk
opportunity.
about some dumb TPS support and you just fucking Britney's music hits.
Yeah.
And I come in, drop
Yeah.
the fucking mic, and then we're
Yeah.
done. Meeting's over.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
it's fantastic. So Alexa Bliss comes in. She does her thing, introduces herself. Halfway through her music, Naomi's music hits, which I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we'll just kind of like talk down to the new girl. Great.
Yeah.
And then Carmella's music hits.
And
I'm
everybody
like-
just pops hard.
I'm like, this is great. This
Yeah.
is awesome. And then Eva Marie's music hits, and everybody's just booing. And I'm like, why did they have her come out last? Like, like they're still fucking this up. And then her new ring entrance.
Oh man,
So she's got
I
the guy
loved it.
narrating it. Like, someone says the word beguiled. Like fan fucking tastic.
And the best part,
She's got this fucking like ridiculous
Yeah.
white coat. She comes off, they do the all red everything. She kisses, and then the segment ends.
best part, she
And
doesn't
that's
say
it.
a damn word.
She doesn't say a damn thing. She interrupted everybody, and then it's done because you literally cannot top that moment. Like,
Yep.
that is perfect writing.
really
Good
good.
gimmick.
It is
Good
just
gimmick.
so good. Like, they've figured, if this is the Eva Marie we see, like,
Yep.
no talking and no wrestling, I'm totally on board.
It's a horrible statement, but it's absolutely
It
true.
really is. It really is.
So, Mr. No Brand Heath Slater shows up.
I love this segment because it's like, Heath, you could have submitted a resume.
Yeah.
Like as if like applying for a wrestling job is the same as like an office job.
Oh, so good.
And then Rhino shows up.
Rhino.
Yay.
He was
Which is-
previously on NXT.
Yep.
Yes.
So, Battle of the Undrafted.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting because now we have like these surprise call-ups.
Yeah.
I don't really know how this is like. There's still so much that is unexplained.
Yeah.
And
that-
I gotta give props to Ray, like, it's kind of better that they do it this way than
Yeah.
try to explain everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is just-
Because then we could at least always have a chance of some random thing happening instead of being so assured in, like, the mechanics of stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes
So-
I don't want to know how the mechanics work.
You still want to be surprised and delighted, right? Like,
Yep.
when we get too, like, in the weeds about what could happen, it's like you're, removing the joy of the thing, right?
Yep.
So.
So we're running short on time, so let's talk about this 6-man Pac-Man match.
Yeah.
The 6-man Pac-Man match?
Yes.
Yeah, with so it's Cena, AJ, Bray Wyatt, Baron Corbin, Apollo Creed,
Apollo
the-
Crews.
Apollo Creed. Oh, it's horrible.
God.
Dolph Ziggler
Yeah,
is
that-
also in the match.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah,
So,
that guy.
So I went into this thinking Bray Wyatt was going to win.
So did I.
Because it's like Cena and AJ, they're going to keep doing their thing now
Yep.
that they're by themselves. There's nobody
Agreed. I
who was in their
expected
thing.
Cena and AJ to, do things in the match that imply they're kind of coupled off.
I did
right?
not expect. I was not going to expect that lightning would strike twice in like Apollo Crews.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that
I was
no way.
like,
It's like if Finn Balor can do it, Apollo Crews cannot. Like
No,
that's
like,
not how this is going to work.
What I expected was like when I saw the ending roster and stuff, I expected kind of pairings off, setting up matches for SummerSlam. So it's like, okay, AJ and Cena are going to do their thing, and we're going to get yet another reheated Ziggler Corbin bullshit thing. Who cares?
Yeah, 'cause-
and then Bray Wyatt was just going to smooch Cruz and go on his merry way.
yeah, I totally thought it was going to be Bray.
So then Ziggler ends up winning it,
Right.
Surprise,
which
surprise.
was like I was so happy to see.
I was very happy to see him win something because goddamn that boy has been taking nothing but
Yeah.
losses. But I will say it's hard for me to for me to get super excited because it's not he's won a bunch of matches and now he finally gets his shot at the world title. It's like he's lost match after match after match. And now gets a title shot. Not that he's not deserved, but more of the
You're saying there
build-up.
was no build.
There's no build.
I'm
Do you
saying
think
this
it-
is the slowest build ever.
Do you think it cheapens the now potential secondary role of the WWE champion?
Yeah, it looks like a mid-card match on Raw.
I will say this. Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose are going to put on a fucking awesome match.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
They have to compete with Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have to compete against Finn Balor, who's likely going to be a demon because Triple H is just so fucking excited he's gotten moved
Wait,
up.
well, hold
Oh,
on.
Seth
you just
Rollins.
said...
Both of you just shat on me and said the demon's not happening.
He's not, but it's wrestling, so who knows what's going to happen.
I
on,
disagree with that.
So wait, are you now transferring to agreeing with me?
Look,
and
I
relieving
don't
Ray?
really care who I'm agreeing with. All I care about is there was 9 hours of wrestling, and the majority of it was amazing.
I think this is like your first major slip up on the
Yeah,
podcast.
it's okay.
It's not a slip up. Like I just don't give a shit.
Brittany.
I just want to have a good time.
Brittany,
Look.
it's okay to be wrong.
All right, dude, that's going a little far. I was just happy that I kind of won her back from Crazy Rayland, but all
Yeah,
right.
oh,
know.
man.
I know where you live.
Whoa.
All right, close this out.
my
All right,
goodness.
Kyle, take us away.
That's gonna wrap it up. I've the demon is victorious. If you like the podcast, you can find us on Twitter on the Heels WP and on Facebook.com/ontheheelswp. We're also on iTunes and SoundCloud. We never give SoundCloud love.
Yeah, we are
SoundCloud.
on SoundCloud.
We are on
Yeah,
SoundCloud, and that ends up being the one I end up using most of the time. And
Yeah.
YouTube. Download past episodes or subscribe to future episodes.
So hit that subscribe button, leave a comment on the iTunes store, give us your 5-star rating so more people can find us, and please tell your wrestling buddies about the podcast. Feel free to tweet, share, message, give some feedback. We've gotten a lot of feedback recently
Yeah.
on things that people have liked
Super
and
good.
people
Yes.
that didn't like, and I want to say, like, it is so awesome and amazing because we do this as, like, a side thing. I'm just total tangent now.
Yeah.
Like, we start out saying we're 3 coworkers, so we have day jobs, and we're all super fucking busy at work right now.
Yeah.
But we do this, and it's so great to hear that people love it.
Yeah.
So, for all of our listeners, thank you so much because it has meant the world that you guys are giving us good feedback.
Yeah, we got some feedback on like what we should do for some roundtable episodes, including including watching some giving reviews on some wrestling movies.
Excellent.
Including Ready to Rumble, which
I'm down.
I'm
Yeah.
down. I'm
fucking
alright.
do it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so feel free to tweet, share, message us random wrestling stuff because we will respond and share. We absolutely love the community engagement.
Thank you to everybody who's been listening to On the Heels Wrestling Podcast. Tune in to our next episode where we're gonna wrestle. Holy
We
crap.
are not going to wrestle.
We're gonna-
Not this guy.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna welcome another special guest from Seattle's local wrestling promotion, 3-2-1 Battle. You'll have to tune in and find out who it is.
Oh, damn.
Who?
Who?
And then after all those questions, we'll ask ourselves the eternal question: if tonight isn't the night, then how? Like the hype crowds?
Are there bright lights?
Are there bright lights? Where are the bright lights if not tonight?
The crowd's pretty hyped.
Oh man,
Is everybody getting down?
I don't know if everybody's gonna get down. If tonight is not the night.
We're gonna pull it.
On the Heels Wrestling Podcast.